Every day, GPS requests find the fastest route in an instant, thanks to a 60-year-old idea, Dijkstra's algorithm. Picture opening a Maps app in a city with millions of streets and intersections. It needs to find the fastest way from where you are to your destination, out of an almost infinite number of possible paths, and it does this in a fraction of a second. Trying every possible route would take longer than the age of the universe on any real map. Random searching gives no guarantee you've even found a good path, let alone the best one. What actually powers this is an algorithm invented in 1956 by computer scientist Dijkstra, originally worked out as a 20-minute mental exercise in a coffee shop. Today it runs behind GPS navigation, internet routing protocols, flight booking engines, and pathfinding in video games. It guarantees the shortest path and it does it efficiently. This video breaks down exactly how it works. Before we get to the algorithm, we need to describe the problem correctly. Maps, networks, and many other systems can be modeled as a graph, a set of nodes connected by edges. Intersections become nodes. Roads connecting them become edges. Each edge carries a weight, a number representing cost like distance, travel time, or price. A shortest path isn't necessarily the path with the fewest roads, it's the path where the sum of the edge weights is smallest. Dijkstra's algorithm works on exactly this structure, a graph with non-negative edge weights and one starting node, usually called the source. From that source, it computes the shortest possible distance to every other reachable node in the graph, all in a single pass. Core idea behind Dijkstra's algorithm is beautifully simple. Be greedy but be careful about it. At every step, the algorithm looks at all the nodes it hasn't finalized yet, and picks the one with the smallest tentative distance from the source. It marks that node as visited, locking in its shortest distance permanently. Then it looks at every neighbor of that node and asks, can I reach you more cheaply by going through the node I just visited? If yes, it updates that neighbor's tentative distance. This process, called relaxation, repeats over and over, because it always expands the closest unvisited node first. Once a node is visited, its shortest distance can never improve again, it's locked in for good. Let's turn that idea into concrete steps. Step 1, set the distance to the source node to 0 and the distance to every other node to infinity. Step 2, place the source into a priority queue ordered by tentative distance. Step 3, remove the node with the smallest distance from the queue. This node is now finalized. Step 4, for each neighbor of that node, calculate the distance through the current node. If it's smaller than the neighbor's current recorded distance, update it and add the neighbor back into the queue. Step 5, repeat steps 3 and 4 until the queue is empty. When it finishes, every node holds the true shortest distance from the source and the path can be reconstructed by tracing back through each update. Let's trace this on a small graph with 5 nodes. We start at node A with distance 0 and everything else set to infinity. A's neighbors are B and C, so we update their tentative distances and pop the smallest, B from B. We relax its neighbors, lowering the distance to D. Next we pop whichever unvisited node currently has the smallest distance, maybe C, and relax its neighbors too. Notice that a node can have its distance updated multiple times before it's finally visited. Only when it's popped from the queue does its distance become permanent. We keep repeating this pick the closest, then relax cycle until every reachable node has been visited, at which point every shortest distance from A is known for certain. That repeated question, which unvisited node currently has the smallest distance, is where performance is won or lost. A naive implementation scans every unvisited node each time, which costs O of V per step and O of V squared overall. Real implementations instead use a min-heap priority queue, which can retrieve and remove the smallest element in O of log V time. Every time a distance is updated, the neighbor is pushed into the heap, and outdated entries are simply ignored when they're eventually popped. This single change, swapping a linear scan for a heap, is what makes Dijkstra's algorithm practical on graphs with millions of nodes, like an entire country's road network. With a min-heap, Dijkstra's algorithm runs in O of V plus E, all times log V, where V is the number of nodes and E is the number of edges. Every node is popped from the heap once, costing log V, and every edge triggers at most 1 relaxation and 1 heap insertion, also costing log V for a road network with 50 million intersections. This logarithmic factor is the difference between an answer in milliseconds and a computation that never finishes. It's more expensive than simpler algorithms like breadth-first search, but breadth-first search only works when every edge has the same weight, which real maps never do. Dijkstra's algorithm isn't universal. It requires every edge weight to be non-negative. If a graph has negative weights, the greedy assumption breaks down because a longer path taken later could still turn out cheaper. In that case, you need Bellman-Ford instead. Dijkstra also computes distances from a single source to every other node, which is wasteful if you only care about one destination. That's where A* improves things, by using a heuristic to aim the search toward the goal. And if you need shortest paths between every pair of nodes at once, Floyd-Warshall is often a better fit. Dijkstra is the right tool when weights are non-negative and you need distances from one starting point. That's why this single algorithm, sketched out in 1956, still runs everywhere today. Google Maps and Waze use variations of it to route you around traffic. Internet routers use it in the form of OSPF to decide how packets travel across networks. Airlines use it to price and connect multi-leg flights. Video games use it to let enemies navigate around obstacles in real time. The pattern is always the same: model the world as weighted nodes and edges, then greedily expand the closest unvisited option while relaxing its neighbors. Once you see that pattern, you'll start noticing it everywhere. Shortest paths matter. Thanks for watching.